given to them, and they set them in motion and they use them. Where a true leader goes over and beyond, goes over and above, and presses forward and creates a new path. The Bible says, without a vision, my people will perish. Hear me, church. Leaders have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're going to fall. You're going to perish. We've got to get a vision inside. We've got to go beyond our situation. God is challenging us. God is pointing up and knocking at our doors, and He is challenging us to rise up. Are we going to answer that call? A leader facilitates where a manager makes. I want to go on. A leader has personal charisma, where a manager is simply authority. They just have authority over you. A leader, as leaders of churches, as leaders of inspirational speakers, whatever, throughout this country, they come in, and a leader will sell you. A leader will persuade you that this is the way to go, and actually show you how to go. Where a manager comes in and tells you, turn left, turn here, do this, do that, walks away. Hear me today, church. Check your spirit inside. Are you leading your home? God put this in my spirit. Are you leading your home, or are you managing your home? Are you selling the gospel, or are you telling the gospel? The Bible says, I have a form of doctrine. Out of their mouth they'll say one thing, but out of the other side they'll say another. Hear me, church. I don't want to be one that says one thing and does another. I don't want to be one that has a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. I don't want to be, the Bible speaks about it all throughout the Scriptures, about this double-sided man who is unstable in all his ways. But I want to be that man that is stable, that is solid, that is that leader, that is that one that's going to rise up whenever the waves of this life, when the storms of this life is coming against me. I'm going to set my foot down, and I'm going to make a stand, and I'm going to say, I'm going to stand even when it seems so hard. I'm going to go forward when everything's coming against me. Somebody needs to make up in their mind, I'm not turning back. You know, I told Brother Jack the other night, and he kind of looked at me and said, "Brother, you're so right." I said, "Brother, whether He raises you up out of that chair in this life or in that life, you're coming out of that chair." He's coming out of that chair. This young lady, whether it's in my life, this life, in her natural life, or whether it's when she stands before Him, she's coming out of that chair. Hear it tonight, church. She's coming out of that chair. And we focus so much on our present situation and the things around us, but I've got a leadership mentality. I've got a leadership spirit rising up inside of me. I see beyond. It may not be right now. It may not be tomorrow. It may not even be in this natural life. But she's coming out of that chair because I still believe that I'm going to stand before a Savior that's going to say, "Well done, you that good and faithful servant." Enter in. Hear me today, church. You may not receive it here, but you're going to receive it there. We get so focused on, I got to have my miracle, I got to have this, I got to have that. And believe me, there's scriptures that support all that. But I also know a man named John the Baptist, God knew right where he was, knew his situation. The Bible said he was the greatest prophet of all. God was there in body, knew right where he was. But did He deliver him out of that place? No, He did not. But is He delivered today? Yes, He is. And I'm not trying to come against, I'm trying to tell you, quit allowing that struggle, quit allowing that thing that's in your face right now to put fear and put doubt, to bring you down. You have no reason to fear. This life is but a vapor, swiftly passing by. It is short and it is sweet. But hear me today, our greatest challenge, our greatest victory is when we stand before Him. Paul said, I'm not only ready to live for Christ, but I'm ready to die for Christ. Paul had a leadership mentality. You look at the apostles, you look at the disciples, you look at the men of God, the prophets of old. They were leaders. They were leaders. And too many of us today, I believe, we are trying to manage our life off of their walk, off of their life. Now hear me, don't get me wrong. You can set the principles, you can set everything together. That book is there for us in God's Spirit, and we put all that in conjunction the way it should be, and it's going to bring a leader out of you. There's no question, no doubt in my mind. There's going to be a leader to rise up, and you're going to step out and do things you wouldn't think you'd normally do. You run the aisle when it don't feel right. You run outside those doors and around this church. It makes you do things that is not normal to this natural body. It's not normal to the world. It's not normal to the people around you. It'll make you fall on your knees in a supermarket. It'll make you grab somebody and pray for them in a suit. I'm talking about stepping out and going beyond and paving the way. I'm not talking, I want to say something, don't take me too crazy. I ain't saying go out and strip down and run naked. But Isaiah, I believe it was, ran naked through the streets as a prophet. Hear me, I'm talking about leaders. Someone said, I mean, it was crazy. It might have been, I don't know. Crazy for Jesus, maybe. Paul said, hear me, I'm talking about getting out of our comfort zone. I'm not saying, I'm being a little funny there, but I'm not saying we got to get down here and run the streets naked. Lord help us all if that was to happen. But hear me, I'm saying, let's get out of our comfort zone. Let's step out and go beyond. Let's do something, radical. Let's do something for Jesus. Let's get radical for Jesus. Let's get radical for Jesus. Call me what you want. But hear me today, church. We serve an awesome God. And God is looking for people that will step out. Amen. People that will step out and be the leaders that He's called them to be. Amen. As we look down through here, and I want to kind of go through them a little quickly. But it talks about a leader leads with his heart, or a manager leads with his head. A leader leads with what he feels in his heart, where a manager, all he knows is what he sees. All he knows is what's been put in front of him. A leader leads with passion. A leader shapes and makes and molds. Hear me, true leaders don't have molds. They create the molds. Hear me, we are all looking for the right mold. I need the right formula. That's a manager's mentality. If I could just get this, if I could just pray this long, if I could just read my Bible this long, if I could just do this, if I could just do this. I talked to my brother about it. This stuff God's been just wrestling with me. And He's been challenged. It's time you step up and be the leader that I've called you to be. This same challenge, I'm speaking to you tonight, I'm speaking to myself. Because I'm like God. And God is challenging us to step out of that boat. God is challenging us to step out into the deep. God is calling the leaders out. And He's saying, will you lead my people? All throughout time, there's been men of God, leaders, that God has chose to lead His people. And God is looking for leaders that will step up and lead the children of God. A manager he leads with his head knowledge. He leads with what he knows. He leads not with passion, but with control. He don't shape, but he enacts. He puts in place what has already been established. A leader is proactive. A manager is reactive.
That's good.
Someone will speak for themselves. A leader sells. A manager tells. A leader is transformational. A manager is transactional. A manager is cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. That's all they want. Repetitious. Day after day. Get the product. Go. What a true leader, transformational. Ain't you so glad I serve the greatest leader of all? That transformed me, that is still molding me, that is still shaping me, that is still taking me places, that is still challenging me, that is still making me into the man that He wants me to be. Hear me today. I'm talking about being the leader that God's called us to be. And the only way we can be the leader is that if we allow the leader to take control of our life. And He is, right now, it may not look like He's in control, and you're saying, what in the world, all this coming against me? But that's exactly what God's doing. He is preparing you, molding you, making you, just as He did with Joseph in the pit and going through the trials he went through, just as He did with David as a shepherd's boy in the field and the challenges that he went through. But we all know the end of their story. We all know what they went through, where they came. We know how Moses went through the challenges he went through. But then God used him to bring the children of Israel out. And there he was, stretching forth, going forward, going beyond. You know, as that song is why I had you say it again. lead for the excitement, for the transformation. Have you ever created something? And it just, if you ever just, whatever it may be, when you're a kid building blocks, whatever, you just create something, it's just such an excitement when you do something and you make that. Leaders, that's what true leaders look for. They look for that transformation. They're waiting for the moment that, boom, what they desire, what they see in their mind comes forth. Where a manager, he's just strictly for the work, for the production, the day after day. That's all he's there for. It ain't nothing about vision or anything else. Hear me, I hope you're comparing these with your own life today. What are you doing in your life? A leader strives, where a manager simply is all about action. Got to get it done. Some of these are repetitious. A leader is about achievement, where a manager is all about results. I mean, initially I looked at that and I'm like, really, what's the difference? Achievement means I'm not there yet. Achievement means I had to achieve it. A result is just, a result is a product of an action. It just happens. Where so many times we're like, we don't get, the product isn't just like we want right now. And we condemn ourselves. I hope you can hear me in the spirit. You need to get that managing spirit out of your life. You need to get that managing spirit out of your life. We're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. But with the leader inside of you, let the Spirit of God rise up inside of you. Yeah, I failed. Yeah, I made a mistake. But I'm going to achieve. Because I'm looking for the achievement. I'm not looking for anything else. But there's going to be an achievement made in my life. A leader takes risk. Where a manager minimizes his risk. A true leader, you got to take risk. Sure. I'll tell you, Peter took a risk that day when he stepped out of that boat. But he allowed his faith to lead. Yes, hear me, this. I'm not just talking physically leading. I'm talking about leading in your faith. Leading in your home. Leading the spiritual man. Are you going to lead or are you going to manage? Right. You can manage all day long. A person that manages something don't take the risk. But a leader steps out. A true leader takes that risk. Steps out. There's got to be a risk taken. If you're ever going to know if it's capable, if it's possible. You got to see beyond. Are we going to take the risk? Are we going to step out? A leader breaks rules, where a manager makes rules. A leader uses conflict. And I'm just going to let it speak for itself. God uses conflict. God uses the imperfections of this world to perfect in us a perfect work. I've said it many times. You're not born with, we don't have the fruit of the Spirit. We're not just born with the fruit of the Spirit inside of us. But we got to go through things for that fruit to be birthed inside of us. A true leader uses the conflict, where a manager avoids the conflict. A leader makes new roads. A manager uses existing roads. Are you making new roads? I hope you're taking this in your life tonight and not just listening to me reading words. But are you taking new roads in your life? Are you stretching out and going beyond? Or are we just sitting back driving the same old country roads, the same old dirt roads, the same old roads in our life, trying to use the same roads to get to a different location, to get to a different destination? The only way we're going to get it, we sang the song. Well, now I can't even think of what it was. We just sang it. Greater things are yet to come. I just began, I was like, man, God, you put this in my spirit and everything. Anything you can do, Lord. Anything I can be. Let me be anything. Yes. Then he talks about Moses stretching the rod. David throwing the rock. Yes. And greater things are yet to come. Amen. I'm just telling you, greater things are yet to come. If we will be the leaders God's called us to be. If we will truly lead with passion. Lead with our heart. Lead with that charisma that God wants us to lead with, and not lead under control or lead with our head knowledge, but allow that passion inside. If I led with my head knowledge, I'd quit a long time ago. But there's something inside of me that just when it gets hard it just makes me rise up a little bit harder. Hear me tonight, church. I'm not leading with what I know, but I'm leading with what's inside of me in my heart. It goes on to say, a leader, this one I thought was pretty good. A leader seeks truth. Where a manager establishes truth. There's so many today trying to establish truth instead of seeking truth. It's going to make a little more sense as we go. A leader is concerned with what is right. A manager is concerned with being right. It kind of ties the two together a little bit. I don't want to be a seeker of truth. I want to, what is right? Have you ever asked yourself, you set fought against something and you know it wasn't right, but you was just so stubborn, I'm not going to give, I'm not going to let go? No. Hear me today, church. True leaders ain't concerned about being right, but they're concerned about what is right. A true leader isn't concerned about establishing truth. There's many people out there today in pulpits trying to establish truth, trying to keep something together. Man, it's something that's been carried, heritage down the road, that's been false all the way. Instead of getting in that word and seeking truth. True leaders will seek after truth. Will seek with a pure heart. I've been there in challenges in my life and up against different doctrines and different faiths. And I said, God, am I wrong? Is there something I'm not seeing? With an open heart, seeking in that word. God, I want to know what truth is. I don't want to go with what my mom and dad said. I don't want to go with what my grandma and grandpa said. I don't want to go with what some man might, but I want to know what is truth. What is right. I want to know because I want to be right. I want to be that leader He's called me to be. I'm coming to a close here. I'm getting close to the end. But leaders give credit where managers take credit. Leaders take blame where managers give blame. Hear me today, church. I hope that you can just take all them different aspects in your heart and in your mind and begin to think, what am I leading the way God wants me to lead? Am I being the man that God wants me to be? Am I being the woman that God wants me to be? You can apply this to every aspect of your life. You can apply it to your finances. You can apply it to just your emotional well-being, your social well-being, your physical well-being. You can apply it spiritually. There's so many areas. And I don't know, I look at those things and I truly want to be the man that God's called me to be. If I can be a better father, I want to be a better father. If I can be a better husband, I want to be a better husband. If I can be a better worker in my job place, I want to be a better worker. If I can care for people better, I want to be a giver. I don't want to be a taker. I want to be a true leader that gives of myself, that gives of my time, that sacrifices of that gives of myself when it hurts, when it doesn't feel good. I want to give. I want to do. Because I'm going to tell you, as I read down through all these, I see one person. I see a man named Jesus. Amen. I see a man, the greatest leader of all, that didn't take but gave. Amen. That didn't put blame but took blame. That's right. That took our sins, that bore our pain, that bore our suffering. The greatest leader of all takes on every attribute I read as a leader through there. I want to lead with my heart and with passion. I don't want to lead with my head knowledge. I want to love. And I want to be what God's called me to be. And we as men and women need to challenge ourselves as men and women of God to rise up and be the leaders that God's called us to be. Let's challenge ourselves to go forward. Let's come in. Let's be what God's called us to be. Let's push like we've never pushed. Let's go the extra mile. Let's sacrifice till it hurts. You know, I mentioned it already, just the scenario with John the Baptist. We know the Bible says that to be like Christ, we're going to suffer like Christ, we're going to follow. Christ, He went to the cross, we know the suffering that He bore. We know the pain He went through. But He died on that cross. He was raised up. He wasn't raised up that day though. He died. That body died. But He was raised up on the third day. Hear me today, church. Don't allow the obstacle you're up against right now destroy you. You're going to raise up. You're going to rise up. I'm telling the adversary right now. I ain't spoken outwardly. I know there's people in this church going through things, facing things, sicknesses, illnesses, some more serious than others, even some life-threatening. I've been dealing with some things in my own body. And I'm telling the devil, and I've allowed it to discourage me. I watched one of my best friends as a minister, powerful men of God. And I didn't understand it. I allowed it to kind of bring me down a little because I didn't understand it. But you know what? My God is sovereign. And my God knows all. And I had to lie the devil, he is a liar and the father of all lies. And you know what? Whether he breaks his body down, whether he breaks me down, whatever happens in this natural life, whether I go as a young man at a young age, I don't know, so be it. While I'm here, while I'm breathing, while I'm living for God. I'm going to sing the praises on the housetop. I'm going to stand for faith. I'm going to stand for healing. I'm going to stand for what I know to be true. Because I have sought the truth, and I have a secret of truth, and I'm going to stand on the truth. I'm not going to try to establish another doctrine and say that was for the end of there. No, healing is still today. Healing is still for today. It's not only yesterday, but it's the same today and forever. But at the same time, whether he heals me, the Bible, when he came to Paul, he's thrice. Paul came to him and said, thrice I searched you. Thrice I've approached you. Is my grace sufficient? Hear me today, church. We can't allow the obstacle we're facing. We can't allow the obstacle we're facing to destroy us. We can't allow, I've said it many times, I'm not living for what I see or by what I see. My faith is not in his doing, but my faith is in his ability. Do I have a devil in my ear facing me the same way? I had a doctor's tell me about 7 years ago that I'm just going to share with you so you know, I'm walking in areas too just like everybody else. Oh, I'm 37 years old. I look like a strapping guy standing up tall. People, oh man, you're healthy as a horse. I say that because what people say. I don't say it for myself because I don't feel that way. People, man, you're healthy as a horse. But I'm going to tell you something. When I wake out of the bed in the morning, I feel like a 60 or 70-year-old man sometimes. And here lately, worse than I've ever felt in my life. Devil fighting me like crazy. I had a doctor tell me about 8 years ago that I had optic neuritis. #1 leading symptom to MS. I'll fight these things that run through my body that gets me in my legs, my calves, up in my shoulders. The nerves where that runs through your body, they say it jumps around. There's times I can't really open this arm at all. I wake up, it feels like I've had a 2,000-pound house sitting on my shoulders all night long. I'm fighting things just like everybody in this house, because I'm not just sitting here preaching something to you. You say, well, look at that man, he ain't going through nothing. Hear me. All the devil's saying, yeah, that MS is coming your way. That MS is right, that guy knocking at your door. Well, you know what? Whether it does or whether it doesn't, as David said, who is to know if he'll heal me? Or who is to know if he won't? When he laid on the floor and said, who is to know what God will do? Oh yeah, the prophet had done said, your son's you're going to pay the price for what you've done. But David said, who is to know what God will do? I don't know what God's going to do, but I know one thing. As for me and my house, I'm going to serve the Lord. Devil, you can do what you want to do. You can afflict me in whatever way you want to afflict me. You can put on me what you want to put on me. I'm going to stand for what is right. Whether I go and then, just to let you know, I'm just not going. Then I find out, after the doctors tell me that, then I find out from my mom that it was like, on her side, my grandpa or great-grandpa died in his early 40s from MS. So, doctor tells you that chance is right there in front of you. You think the devil don't play on your mind, Sister Sandra? The devil will play on your mind. Oh, and you're a man of God. Oh, whatever you ask in your name, it shall be done. Look at you. The devil will wrestle you down and try to beat you to death. But I want to tell you something, church. My God is a deliverer. My God is a deliverer. And as Paul said, not only am I ready to live for Christ, but I'm ready to die for Christ. I'm no better than John the Baptist. I'm no better than Jesus Christ himself that died and suffered on that cross. If God chooses to allow me to be a martyr for Christ, I'm going to die with faith. I'm going to die holding on to the faith in the hand of God. And I've come to challenge each and every one in here. Don't allow your conflict, your circumstance, your challenge that is in your face right now. Don't allow it to beat you down and put you in a corner. But rise up and be the man and woman that God's called you to be. And do what God's called you to do. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, whether you live 30, 40, 50, 100 years old, do what God's called you to do. Be what God's called you to be. We're not promised tomorrow. The Bible clearly tells us we are not promised tomorrow. It says today is the day of salvation. Today is the day of salvation. Hear me today, church. We are victorious. We are the children of God. And He will fight for us. And I say it, and I believe with everything inside of me. I believe I'm saying these things because I believe God spoke inside of me. This is just a training period. Even with what I'm going through, with what you're going through in your life, God is preparing you. Hold fast. Hold strong. Hold fast to what God's given you. Don't let go. Let's become the leaders that God's called us to be. Even through persecution. You look and read what Paul went through. Through it all, he kept leading. Through it all, he kept going forward. I believe the Bible said thrice he was beaten, shipwrecked. And none of us has been through what Paul went through. But hear me today, church. Paul was a leader of the faith. Paul was a leader of the gospel. I want to be a leader of the gospel. I want to be a leader of the faith. And I want to be the leader that God's called me to be. Let's stand tonight. Let's give me my hand clap of praise as the musicians come. I just challenge each and every one in this house tonight. Let's be the leaders that God's called us to be. Leading through the storm. He says, Psalms 23, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And I just paraphrase, I know I'm not getting it all word for word, but hear me today, church. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, God is with you. Be the leader that God's called you to be. And I hope nobody in this place thinks I said what I said for, hear me. I am victorious. I am victorious through Christ. He is my Savior. He is my deliverer. I saw Him do great things. I've witnessed. He powerful, mighty. I'm not even going to go into it all. God has a purpose. God has a plan. And nothing comes our way that God does not allow. As men and women of God, living for God, nothing comes our way unless He first allows it. So, if you're going through a trial right now, God knows. God sees beyond where you're at. He knows that you're able to bear it. He knows that you're strong enough to carry the load. He knows that you are going to make it and be the man or the woman He's called you to be. Just hold fast to the faith. Hold fast to what God has told you. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. But believe. Believe in the impossible. Believe. Even though you don't see it. That's what faith's all about. When it's a miracle, when He does it, that ain't faith. But faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. I don't see it. It's nowhere to be seen right now. But I have a hope. And I believe that God is my hope today. God is my hope. Is He your hope today? Let's give Him another hand clap of praise.